Chapter 5. Renunciation. Arjuna's doubt. Arjuna is now confused and asks Shri Krishna, "First you told me to give up actions, and now you are insisting on actions." 5.2. Which of the two paths is better? 5.6. Karma Yoga and Karma Sannyas are same in effect, Shri Krishna said. Both Karma Sannyasa, renouncing actions, and Karma Yoga, performing actions without desire for fruits, lead to liberation. But it would appear that Karma Yoga is clearer and easier to follow for big and small. If one thinks carefully, it would be clear that by this path, the fruits of Karma Sannyasa are also gained automatically. I shall now tell you the qualities of a sannyasi, and then you will realize that both paths are the same. 5.14-18. Qualities of a sannyasi. A sannyasi does not grieve about his gains or losses, and does not crave for what he has not received. His mind is steady as a mountain. He does not at all have feelings in his mind about me and ma. Such a person is forever a sannyasi, renunciate. In this state of his mind he is dissociated from the fruits of actions, and he is ever happy. Such a person does not have to leave his home, family and possessions to become a sannyasi, because he is already dissociated from desires in his mind. 5.19-22. He whose intellect is free from desires does not get caught in the bindings of the actions. A person attains the qualities of a sannyasi, renunciate, only when desires are given up. Therefore both karma sannyasa, renouncing actions, and karma yoga, performing actions without desire for fruits, are the same. 5.23-25. Only ignorant persons think that the two, i.e., Jnana Yoga of the Sankhyas and Karma Yoga, are different, but those who have experienced self know that they are not different. 5.26-28. One who follows the yoga path attains very soon the bliss of the Brahman, but one who cannot succeed in it wastes his efforts and cannot be a real renunciate. 5.32-33. Attitude of a non-doer is necessary. A person who has kept his mind free of delusion, and by purifying it with the help of Guru's mantra, merged it in the self, becomes the self. 5.34. A person who, after getting rid of desires, has become consciousness, Brahman itself, pervades the expanse of the three worlds, i.e., heaven, earth, and the nether, through the form of the self, even by being at one place. 5.36. For such a person, language like this is done by me, or I want to do this becomes redundant, and he remains a non-doer in spite of his actions, because such a person is not even conscious of his body, even though his outward behavior and his bodily functions appear to be normal. Then how can he have the ego about his actions? 5.37-38. When we think about the Almighty God, we see that the all-pervading God is apparently a non-doer. He creates this expanse of the three worlds, but he does not get involved with these actions even if you call him a doer. He raises populations of creatures from the five elements, earth, water, air, fire, and sky or space. See note at the end of the chapter. And he is in all but belongs to none. In fact, he is not even aware about the creation and destruction of the world. 5.76-79. He assumes form by taking birth, but his formlessness is not affected. Therefore, to say that he creates, maintains, and destroys is rooted in ignorance. 5.81-82. When this ignorance is totally destroyed, then delusion goes, and non-doing nature of God becomes clear. Once a person is convinced in his mind that God is a non-doer, then the fundamental idea that he is not different from me is naturally established. Once this sense has arisen in the mind, then he does not see himself different from anything in the three worlds, and considers the world to be as liberated as he is. 5.83-85. Such persons have a sense of equability towards everything in this world. 5.88. Such men of knowledge do not notice differences between different creatures. 593 to 95. Listen now to the characteristics of the person who possesses this sense of equability. 102. Indifference to success or failure. One who is not affected by the success or failure, or gains and losses of his actions, is a person with sense of equability. He is the Brahman personified. 103 to 104. Due to the limitless internal bliss of the self, he is not attracted towards the external worldly pleasures. 105 to 106. It is only those who have not experienced this internal bliss that are attracted towards the impermanent worldly pleasures. 110. The pleasures of the sense objects are actually miseries from the beginning to the end, but ignorant people cannot do without them. 120. It is these people who are addicted to the sense pleasures that have given the appearance of truth to this worldly delusion of Maya. 126. Persons who have controlled passions totally are not at all aware of the sorrows born out of sense pleasures. 129. They are internally filled with bliss, but their way of enjoying that bliss is unusual. They are not aware that they are the enjoyers because they are in a state of egolessness and oneness with the Supreme. 131 to 133. This bliss of the self is the best, is indestructible and limitless. Only the desireless persons are worthy of it. 146. If you ask how these persons reach this stage while still living, it is because first they give up the pleasures with dispassion and concentrating at the point in between the eyebrows, and while controlling the breath, pranayama, they meditate with their eyes turned backwards. 151 to 153. Thus their mind turns inwards, and through the state of samadhi, they take the life force and the mind upwards towards the experience of Brahman. When mind dissolves, all desires and ego also dissolve. Therefore he who experiences the bliss becomes one with Brahman while still living. 155 to 157. Note on 5 elements or principles, 576 to 79. Indian philosophy postulates the world to be made of 5 principles or elements: earth, water, air, fire, and sky or space. When seen from the modern physical point of view, the first 3 are the 3 states of matter, namely solid, liquid, and gaseous states. The 4th represents the energy, while the 5th is the space. This is as per the understanding of the thinkers at the beginning of human civilization. Modern science has found more than 100 elements, about 92 of them occurring naturally. But this does not change the basic arguments. Note on samadhi, 155 to 157. This is a state of deep trance without thoughts during meditation.